Syracuse slides to double the lefty, Trevor Natalie, 21 in the white jersey. The midi Trey Parks.
That's a good offensive set. Taking some time off the clock. I like what they're doing here. Obviously, they got 2 quick ones early, but now making them think.
And John Madsen, the man we previewed before the game, a rip from outside. Hofstra leads 3-0. What a start!
Opportunity for the Syracuse squad to get on the right side of the ledger.
Lethal on the EMOs this year, 21-36, 58%. Number 1 in the country in man-up goals, Syracuse. And their tic-tac-toe passing, there was a great video by TLN the other day. Would you take Syracuse on the EMO or Notre Dame? They've both been fantastic. The quick, rapid-fire ball movement. Ball's in the stick of Simmons. Now Finn Thompson.
I think they settled for kind of an early shot on that last one.
Simmons tiptoes, had an awkward angle, decides to hold on to it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. 60 seconds for Syracuse. On the extra man. Kick to the top. Burt whistle. Got that one to go. He is a sniper from the outside. Starting up this week. Cole Kirst, one of many in the Kirst family that plays lacrosse, one of the captains coming over from Lehigh, has been a great addition for an offense that so far we've discussed is very young, including the freshman from Toronto, Finn Thompson, and Syracuse executes. They turn it over and get it.
Hiltz has been the guy that's been answering the call. And you see this dodge across the top. He just pops out, boom, shot immediately. That couldn't have been in his stick more than about half a second. I mean,
2021 USILA honorable mention All-American. He's now scored a point in 21 straight games. Spallina at X, feeds, and another rifle for Syracuse. They've tied the game. Burt whistle.
Yes, that's again a very difficult save to make. Gets his man hung up, traffic in the middle. Great little shift over by Burt whistle. Get it over to a strong hand. Keep it on the inside. Couple of ones that we've seen from Syracuse, and they've gone in.
At X, Anthony Malika. Nice ball movement to Sykes. He's got 2 of the 3 for the Pride. A rip from distance, and Hofstra scores again. Rory Jones gets involved. From Abington, Maryland. He was a CAA All-Rookie Team selection a year ago. And Chris, he was not shy to step down and saw the appropriate angle to. It's one thing that's great about young players, right, is they are hungry as ever to be out there, Spallina included. Step down by Leo. Syracuse ties it at 4.
And that's one that's against this team that's so powerful. And again, just quick, back behind the goal, and then back up top, finding the lanes, picking the skip passes, creating good scoring opportunities. Watch out. Good if it counts.
From deep, Syracuse from the face-off X. Oh my, Jack Fine.
That's a bad news goal for Hofstra. I mean, you look at all the good work that you did in that first quarter, and something like that can take it all away. And I think you look at the great awareness from there, just fires it through traffic, and looks like me.
Banged up in the Hopkins game. They would be making some adjustments. Alexo with his 2nd goal of the season. Hiltz drops it off, and Syracuse like that again. Tic-tac-toe, a score.
They want you to overcommit. And you watch as this one comes across the top. See 2 men come towards the slide. Boom. Wide open on the doorstep. Box, or through the midline, rather, for Hofstra. Nice
Orange
recovery.
Has scored 6 of the last 7 goals at X. Syracuse moving often in their wheel sets on the extra man and in the 6-on-6. Thompson now sets the screen. Down the alley, Syracuse scores again.
And that's just good individual since the start.
Alex Simmons with his first of the night. Syracuse now has 6 different goal scorers.
I mean,
Hofstra's won 7 faceoffs, Syracuse 6. Leo with that previous shot for the Orange. They get a reset at 60 seconds, now down to 40. Kirst feeds Thompson on the door. It's Spalina. The run.
It's just a really heads-up play. You see the defender that was on Spalina take a step towards him, loses him, and then he's wide open. And that's just a great look right across the crease. No chance for the goalie there. It also helps when you've got the depth of talent that Syracuse usually does, but you still have to move the rock and give people opportunities to score.
Another bullet by the Orange.
Like Cook through traffic like that. So comes it, you see, cuts across the top, no slide coming, takes the shot, finds the back of the net. Got a
share and flourishing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see him, you let him get to 8 yards and step down. That one's going to find the back of the net. And I think that's locked in. Doesn't look like so. But another self-inflicted wound here for Hofstra. I mean, they're trying to play defense here with one hand tied behind their back, and that is absolutely not what you want to do against these guys.
On the door, it's Joey Spalina.
Sees them out of position. So there he is up by GLE. Boom. Goalie's not looking. Defenders aren't ready for him. I mean, that's 4.
That was a 1-minute unnecessary roughness penalty. So still time for the Pride. 6-on-5. Rory Jones.
But you see defense cut down a little bit. He's got the space there. A little bit of a 3-hop crow hop there to get in, really get that momentum cooking. And
so it is 11-6. Rory Jones capitalizes with the extra man for Hofstra. Feed in front, and Syracuse doesn't waste time. Finn Thompson.
When you're coming through, because you're looking at traffic, but again, they're just doing well, moving off the ball, and they're having to respect, those wing players like Kirst.
All the pieces together. This is a young squad that you don't want to run into down the stretch.
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at what's left on their schedule. I mean, if they win out, they'll be hosting. So I mean,
that's right.
That's the way you look at it.
Nice finish by Leo on the move, the lefty.
And I think we're looking at a defense maybe that's a little tired now for Hofstra defense. From Hofstra to start the game, and then they got stuck playing a lot of defense for some missed clears and some penalties that it looks like maybe they're a little tired right now.
And Hofstra does indeed answer on the second bid.
And they're going out there and continuing to play hard. This is the matchup you're looking for. You get the shorty, the slot.
The scene, the way he's put the ball in the back of the net. After playing in just 7 games last year, Madsen scored just 2 goals in 7 games last season for the Pride. Hofstra's another one. If they can put it together with the experience they have on closed defense, they could be a surprise in the CAA.
Yeah, and I think there's some opportunities. And there's another quick, easy one for Syracuse. Spalina again.
Joey Spalina hat trick. He is just feasting.
Well, I mean, that's 6 points. I mean, that's a good game. I mean, I think you look at it, he's playing well on the ride. He's mixing it up. Playing
Hofstra is paying off again. So we're under 10 minutes to go in regulation. Syracuse leads 14-7. The kick pass there by the Orange. It was Burt whistle. Orange get it back. A failed clear. Shot on the move. And Roa is denied.
It looked like Barry just snatched that last pass out of the air before losing the handle. That was a heads-up defensive play. Wow, what a finish.
What a play by the pole, Danny DeSanti.
Switches his handle just to bring it down. Little fake, rolls away, switches hands, gets it into his left, and then a bounce shot. Quite a bit of juice on that for going down. And
whether Syracuse of course, thrives playing indoors because of the Carrier Dome or now the JMA Wireless Dome. But with one win in the last 680 plus days, and they've got answers tonight. Hiltz from up top, hat trick.
Back of the net. So I think you look, and again, it's great off-ball movement. I mean, feet never stop. Really kind of opened this game up. You have to play a little bit more volume shooting on the offensive side to try and get back into it, and they just weren't creating as good of opportunities as you would have hoped, and as they were creating to start the game.
Syracuse's struggles this season. One of them has been finishing games. There's Spolina.
I don't think he's scoring for the sake of scoring. He wants to win the games.
Final seconds trickled down at James M. Short Stadium. It wasn't pretty. 6 minutes in, Syracuse trailed 3-0. And then late in the first, this high-powered offense that has so much potential got going. Syracuse defeats Hofstra 16-8 in Hempstead.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hard fought game. I mean, I think this game's closer than the scoreboard. I think Hofstra gave themselves opportunities to stay in this game. I think you get a little tired playing a lot of defense, getting a couple of mistakes. But I mean, I think they played well enough to keep themselves in this game. I mean, they took more than 50 shots. 21 were on the frame, so not as many as you'd like. Not many of their final shots hit the frame, but they won 19 faceoffs. Gates went out there and had 12 saves. So I think there's some really encouraging things to look at if you're Hofstra. And the other part is, this is a really talented team, and I think they have the potential to be, a really, really good team in the future. So sometimes you run into some kind of mercurial